Well, joining me is the General Manager of Racing for Club Menangle, Mr. David Wonson. And David, the Breeders' Challenge, the all-important Breeders' Challenge with those prized trophies, participants are going to have to wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, Harness Racing New South Wales issued a press release last week stating that at this stage, the Breeders' Challenge series will stay in the same format, but it'll move to later in the year. So to be conducted, once again at this stage, September, October, with finals on October 24. Harness Racing New South Wales thought it was best to keep it in its current format, and the only way that could happen is if we put it back later in the year due to the regionalisation. There are a couple of little things that will come around with that. One of them is the handicapping, because it is a new season. Horses will be a year older, technically, as of September 1. So they've just got to work out those things. But with the way the world is at the moment, I'm sure anything can be worked out. You know, the handicapping might have to be done retrospective or something like that. But given the way the world is, I'm sure something could be worked out along those lines.
Club Menangle conduct back-to-back meetings Friday and Saturday night, David. Saturday night features the running of the Golden Easter Egg.
Yeah, great noms for the Golden Easter Egg. Highlighted by Dr. Susan, of course. She's dominated throughout the year. She's here. She's always stayed in the state, in the metropolitan area. So she headlines that. Vincenzina from the Ross Adams stables is also. So it's a quality field. Nominations were fantastic for Saturday. We could have conducted 10, 11 races. We're only having 8. That's the policy at the moment. Likewise, the Friday night meeting. Now we're here at Menangle. We do conduct what meetings were at Bankstown and Goulburn under the regionalisation. Nominations for Friday night here are absolutely massive, where we had 30 and 40 horses nominated in race codes. Unfortunately, not everyone can get a start at the present time, but horses that do get balloted from the Monday, Thursday and Friday circuit, horses that they get preference to the next race meeting. So people have just got to be a little bit patient sometimes.
David, despite the restrictions, the club must be delighted with the way the fields have held up.
Yeah, look, the regionalisation at this stage has worked really well in the metro area. Probably what it goes to show was how many horses were actually racing out of the area, maybe into areas like Newcastle, Bathurst, Canberra, because the horse numbers have surprised myself, and not only Harness Racing New South Wales, but the numbers have been really good. As I said, a lot of people are copping ballots. We've just got to realise we're just so fortunate that we're still racing. We're an industry that's still working. So people aren't used to getting balloted, are getting balloted now. People have got to get used to that. Where they might have been having 4 runs in a month, they might have to get used to having 2 or 3 runs in a month. But we've just got to appreciate where we are at this current stage, and that's where we're still conducting business as usual.
On the subject of strong racing, David, in troubled times, strong leadership, astute leadership comes into play. Harness Racing New South Wales CEO Mr. John Dummers, Integrity Manager Mr. Michael Prentice, along with Chairman of Stewards Grant Adams, along with the Club Menangle CEO Bruce Christensen and your good self, have led the way in superb fashion.
Yeah, look, it was really important that we followed protocols to show that we were leaders, not just like with the racing industry, but leaders in the community. We've had policies in place well before they were made mandatory in a lot of sections. And when I talk about that, the biosecurity measures, we were limiting the amount of people that can come here. Just with social distancing is enforced, the amount of people on course. We have numerous areas where you can sanitise and keep clean. We have spacing between horses. The Integrity Department, Harness Racing New South Wales, have done a great job. This club has always been supportive of that. All the other regional clubs are getting really behind the initiatives that have been set by Harness Racing New South Wales. If we continue to do that and self-police the way we have been, I can't see why we have to stop racing.
Well, David, in giving the people at the top a big tick, I must say the participants have been outstanding.
Yeah, look, to make this work, the participants have to get on board, and they have. They've been really good. They understand that, we're very fortunate to be where we are. They're very fortunate that their businesses are going. Just look at New Zealand. They had to make some tough calls, and totally respect the calls they made, but they were really tough calls, and we haven't had to do that. We're fortunate that we're still racing. So big hats off to the participants. They've had some tough calls. People that they like to be coming to the races can't, but they understand that. They have to have those people nominated, not just the horses, but the people nominated are coming to the trots 2 days beforehand. They're doing that, and they've got to continue to do it, and I really appreciate the effort they're making.
Missing the footy?
Oh, we love our footy, don't we, Mick? Of course we're missing the footy. It'll be back in maybe not the form that we always come to get used to, but always looking forward to the footy when it gets back.
I can remember in the late 70s you knocked me back for an autograph.
Yeah, I never knocked anyone back for an autograph, I can tell you that. More than happy to throw one of them out. But yeah, looking forward to the footy. Of course, we're looking forward to it, but I'm just looking forward to racing continue in its present format.
Mixed allegiance, you had an association with the West Magpies, and of course you played a handful of games for the Illawarra Steelers.
Yeah, it's I suppose it's a bit like my football career. Both them teams are extinct now. The Steelers aren't there anymore, neither are the West Magpies. A bit like my football career. No, look, I enjoyed it. It was a great time. Very, very different. It was pre-Super League. We used to show up in Geminis and there'd be three guys in a car getting to the football and we'd park with the general public. But that's how it was back then, and we could go out and socialise and just be part of the crowd. Unfortunately, today they can't do that, but fond memories.
If and when they get back, who's going to win the comp?
I'm a Canberra fan. I know that sounds crazy, but I like the way they play. A lot of the footballers actually come here to the trots, which is nice, and they're good blokes, which you're always supportive of a good bloke, aren't you?
This may surprise you. I'm 100% with you. David, thanks very much for your time.